I'll back with another video. I'm Strange Wayne. Halloween's over. However, I'm wearing the Shining shirt. I'm still in the horror movie mood. So I watched Fright Night for the first time. And now I'm going to review it. So let's get down to brass tacks. I gave Fright Night a 8.3 out of 10 wings.
Why? Why?
Because this movie is entertaining as hell. I love this movie. I had so much fun with the movie. It's pure 80s enjoyment. And they just don't make movies like this anymore. Like 100% facts for sure. Going to be in the rotation every year, especially around Halloween time. Hell, next year I might watch it twice. I like this movie so much. On an entertainment level alone, the movie is it's a perfect 10! I really did fall in love with this movie. As much as I love the film, though, it has a lot of issues. And I see that. And they're mainly all in the writing. The writing for this movie sucks.
Like a prostitute. Oh, man.
The film made me ask a lot of questions, which is good. But a lot of those questions that I did ask were never answered. And the film ended up having problems because of it. Because I'm waiting for the answer, but I'm never getting it. But at the end of the film, I was like, man, that film was incredible. But why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did this go on? Why was this never talked about? Some of those questions. Why was Evil Ed even in this fucking movie? He wasn't needed at all. Why was he needed? Because in the beginning of the film, you establish when homie's making out with his girlfriend that, hey, your favorite TV horror star, vampire killer's on the TV. You love him. That tells me that this kid has told his girlfriend how much he's loved vampire movies, and particularly this vampire hunter who kills vampires. So why does he need to go to Evil Ed to learn how to kill vampires if you've already established he knows how to kill vampires because he watches all these horror movies where this Van Helsing-esque character kills vampires? He should know already, but he doesn't. It has to go to Evil Ed. That doesn't make sense. It's just the way to shoehorn him into the movie so he can become a villain later on. And we'll lead to the next question. Why did Ed become a werewolf? I understand the vampire because he got bitten by a vampire, by a werewolf. There's no other werewolves in this movie. So why the fuck was there a werewolf that somehow bit him or whatever it was to turn him into a werewolf? That doesn't make any sense. But it could have, because his flunky died and turned to goo. Wouldn't it make more sense to turn him into a werewolf? So it's like, oh shit, that's why he's a werewolf. Besides that, everything else in the film I loved. I fell in love with the movie. The acting is phenomenal. The acting is great. Chris Sarandon kills it. He's such a despicable villain. You know, you really fall in love with his performance because it's impeccable. I mean, he was Prince Humperdinck in The Princess Bride, and he was fantastic in that role as well. He plays a good bad guy. He's an extremely good villain. You understand his point of view in the beginning, and you kind of root for him. Because it's like, bro, he's just literally, this is how he eats. He's sucking the blood out of people. He has to live. And he just wants to be left alone. But kid, you're not leaving him alone, so yeah, he's going to come after you and try and kill you. But it wasn't until the point where he kidnaps a underage teenager and tries to keep her, where I was like, I can't root for you anymore, which made sense. And it was a good double turn because it's like, I don't like the guy I'm supposed to be rooting for. I like Chris Sarandon like everyone else. But you also kind of root for him because it's like no one else believes him and thinks he's crazy because like, this guy's not a vampire, but he is a vampire. So you're rooting for him because like, all right, like idiots, like he's a vampire. Like look at the clues. They're right in front of you. So it's a good double turn because you do make Chris Sarandon, Prince Humperdinck, despicable, which is good. You need to make him despicable because he is the bad guy. So you have all the actors doing what they're supposed to do. You get this fun double turn. It's a very 80s movie, so they act like 80s people. They act like 80s kids.
What that mean?
The acting did what it needed to be. And the main two characters, the good guy, the bad guy, the double turn they did for me, because I didn't like the kid. I was like, this punk kid. He watched all these vampire shows, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Chris Sarandon, dude's a G. But you had to hate him somehow, so they did that, and it worked.
And then what?
The direction is solid. I mean, a director, his job is to go out and get people to fulfill his vision, and the writing, he could have got someone else to wrote this film, to written this film. I don't know proper English. I'm a buffoon.
Oh, you're right.
As a QB of this film, to say the leader, the director, he could have did better with that, but I thought everything else was good. The double turn, he did that perfectly. For me, I felt the emotion in that. I felt the emotion from the characters. I felt the way I needed to feel throughout this film, to the very end, to the climax, where I'm rooting for Chris Sarandon to die. Like, bro, you're a terrible fucking vampire person. Like, you don't need to live. And what helped with that was the shots. The shots were very good. The practical effects were good. They weren't bad. They weren't distracting. They were good. And except for the one where Sarandon flies out the window. That wasn't good. Everything else was good when he turns into a bat and stuff like that. Very good. The werewolf scene, incredible. Even though it wasn't needed, but it was so good. The sets, they made sense. The houses, they looked like real houses that would be living next to each other and stuff like that. So everything like that made sense. It was very good. And
Again.
the writing hurt this film, and the overall story is great, but the details aren't there. I enjoyed the film
A lot.
but it wasn't enough to get that 10 out of 10. So for the writing alone is the reason why I gave Fright Night a 8.3 out of 10 wings. Tell me how you like this film down in the comment section below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.